There's a question here: is how is a user defined in the user thresholds engine? The user, when I say user, I mean a session. So I don't mean an actual user name that logged in. When someone browses an application, usually when it logs in, but it doesn't necessarily need to be that way, Fortiweb starts tracking that user with a cookie set, with a session cookie, and Fortiweb will track that user throughout the session. So that's what I mean by user. I mean not the username itself, but the session. There's another question here about positioning FortiADC WAF capability versus Fortiweb. FortiADC really has a mini WAF. It doesn't really have a true full-blown WAF. Our focus as a company when it comes to web application firewall vulnerability opportunities is to go with the Fortiweb and not with FortiADC. FortiADC is really, it's an add-on kind of capability, not a full-blown WAF, and we're not promoting it as a full WAF. The same goes with FortiOS 5.4. FortiOS 5.4 has a mini WAF as well, just signatures. As you can see here from the demo, and if you have more knowledge about Fortiweb, Fortiweb is a full-blown WAF. FortiOS and FortiADC do not have an auto-link functionality, brute force, a bunch of other features. You can't really say it's a WAF. So you would see that FortiOS do not promote the WAF. Neither does FortiADC. You actually have to enable it. So when would I use FortiOS or FortiADC WAF? In opportunities that you're competing against, first of all, when it's not really a WAF opportunity, because it's an NGF, next generation firewall that is required with some capabilities of a WAF. Secondly, if you're competing not against a true pure WAF, but rather the solutions, for example, with Sophos, who have like a mini WAF as well, and obviously the pricing is different. So that's when you would position FortiOS. There's a question here: how can we verify whether the particular issue has been resolved when SQL injection is applied? I'm assuming the question is referring to the new false positive mitigation functionality specific to SQL injection. I don't know if you can actually say whether a particular issue has been resolved, but what you would usually see is that a specific violation triggered that is a false positive. If you enable the false positive mitigation for SQL injection, you'll see that it's not triggered anymore. I can't think of another. You can actually test that yourself. I can't think of another better test. There's a question: WCCP supported on FortiGate, but you need to turn it on features. That's correct. There is a process on FortiGate to enable sending traffic to Fortiweb via WCCP. You need to enable WAF first of all, and then decide that you enable it with the WCCP, not the mini WAF. There's a process to it, and I think it's documented in an administrative guide. Let me see if there's any relevant question here. There's a question here about WCCP. What is it? WCCP is a protocol usually used for caching, but can be used for other things. It's just really a protocol that can be used. It's nothing proprietary to Fortinet. There's a question here about Nessus, if it's on the roadmap to integrate with Nessus. This has come up in the past, and whether we would integrate with Nessus, I don't think there was enough business requirements for us to push the Nessus integration, but if you guys see this and you see field opportunities for Nessus integration, please talk to your sales representative, Fortinet sales representative. We can definitely do it. And I think these are the important questions here that I see that are relevant. There's another question: are we able to get a 30-day trial license? Of course. Talk to your sales representative, and they would definitely give you that you can ITF a solution, or you can get a VM or a hardware similar to any other solution, similar to any other product here at Fortinet. And that last question here is differences between Fortiweb and some vertical solutions in terms of IP reputation. I think when talking about IP reputation, most competitors provide pretty much the same solution here. Source addresses that have been participating in malicious activity, DDoS attacks, botnets, phishing attacks, and so on and so on. So I think most vendors do pretty much the same type of solution. I don't think we're different than anyone else. I just know that our FortiGuard team, FortiGuard group, is over 200 people now. So the database itself, there's a lot of analysis and research that goes into it. So I have a lot of confidence in it. There's a question here, what do you mean by option in slide 19 in the table for F5 and SSL? Let me bring that up real quick. F5 and SSL, this is just about SSL offloading. So it's just a feature whether the solution provides SSL offloading or not. And the answer is yes. The only thing, probably you mean SSL options here. SSL offload, oh, this is twice actually. F5 actually charges more for SSL offload, so if you want to have, usually, it has multiple options, but you would want, a lot of times they would charge you extra for the SSL acceleration card. That's one thing. And also, it would charge you above a certain number of SSL CPS. For example, they would give you the first 500 CPS for free, but if you want more than that, they charge you for an additional license. So that's really the differentiation. With Fortinet, across all platforms, across all products, we don't, it's true for almost every product, we don't license by feature. So when you buy the hardware, when you buy the VM, you get all the functionality. So with that, I think we concluded this session. Arlene, thank you very much, everybody, for participating. Arlene, do you have any other thing you want to add?
Yes, just quickly, a number of you are asking about receiving the slide deck and the recording link. Those will be sent to you from the system tomorrow, and also be posted on the partner portal tomorrow. And then just a note on the next 40-minute session, it will be held on March 24th and cover our internal segmentation firewall solution. So look out for posting of that on the homepage of the partner portal, and an invitation coming out in a few weeks to you. So we'll end the webinar now. Thank you very much, Idan, for the presentation demo and your time for the Q&A. And thank you, everyone, for attending this session.